Okay. So I'm just going to read just a little description of what it is. Okay? So it says the Danes are famously the happiest people in the world, and Hygge is a cornerstone of their way of life. Hygge, pronounced Huga, Huuga, which sounds like, something, that what does that name sound like to you? What does Hygge sound like to you? To me, it sounds like a Japanese form of, acrobatic, sport type thing. So, what does it sound like to, some of the other people in this room? Okay. Yeah, exactly. So, it says, the Danes are famously the happiest people in the world, and Hygge is a cornerstone of their way of life. Hygge, pronounced Huga, loosely translates as a sense of comfort, togetherness, and well-being. You know Hygge when you feel it. It is when you are cuddled up on a sofa with a loved one, or sharing comfort food with your closest friends. It is those crisp blue mornings when the light through your window is just right. It is about gratitude and savoring the simple pleasures in life. Taurus. But, um, so in short, it is the pursuit of everyday happiness. So I'm going to stop here because we're, so astrological. Now, if, Taurus and Cancer, if you put them together, they're like a match made in heaven. Taurus is the sensual yum yum factor. And then Cancer is so yummy, and so, it's the emotional, comfort of that. So Taurus Cancer, it's like that's like one of the best relationships ever. So it's a bonding, it's a complimenting, and it's also a countering because, as you know, Taurus is earth, Cancer is water, and the Taurus can, you know, give the Cancer more, the steady, groundedness and, more, earthy and, with its emotions, and then Cancer, well, mothers and nurtures. So it's just beautiful. It's just a really, really beautiful sun and moon combo, and just beautiful compatibility. Who better than Mike Viking to be your guide to all things Hygge? Mike is the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer of the Happiness Research Institute in Copenhagen, and has spent years studying the magic of Danish life and what makes people happy. From bringing out the candles and spending time with your tribe to giving yourself a break from the demands of healthy living, cake is most definitely Hygge. Um, Mike's beautiful, inspiring book will help you to be more Hygge. Now, today would be a great day for Hygge. Can somebody tell me why today would be a great day for Hygge? Yeah, it's cold and it's windy. Yeah. So what we're going to be actually doing today, I think that this would be fun, is, we might just, you already were outside. This afternoon we might take a walk, and then we might, go inside, and then we might have some hot cocoa. That's, basically all, you need. You go outside and you're cold, you come back in and have cocoa. You may sit down cozily, read a book, watch a show, cuddle with a stuffed animal. And that's going to be, the object that I will be bringing in the next time that we meet, because if you know anything about me, one of the things that you probably didn't know about me is that I am, a pill about, stuffed animals. And I don't think that it should be a negative that I will confess that I do sleep with stuffed animals every night, and I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't see why it should be, such a bad and a negative thing. I don't think that that's that at all. So that's what we're going to be looking at. And I am going to be making clones of which. Okay, so clones of both. Clones of every object that we're going to get, so that if you want the object, if you want to keep it for yourself, then you can buy what you're not going to buy. But it's going to be completely free. You can have the object for free. Okay? So that's something that we're going to be doing. So, and it's the simple pleasures. So, it's like the time where, this Hygge Clubbus is really going to thrive is Christmas time. So, come December, we're going to do a lot of stuff relating to Hygge. I mean, I need to think of several, activities that we're going to be doing. We're going to be, going and, looking at the Christmas trees. We're going to be, buying trees, this and that. Okay? By the way, buying a Christmas tree is also related to Hygge. Okay? That's what that is. So, if you open the book up, and we're really getting into that time of year, in summertime this would not be appropriate. By the way, this Hygge Clubbus should have met last summer, but I didn't have the book. So this coming summer, come Cancer season this summer, we're going to be looking at summer Hygge, and we're going to be, looking at how we can, approach that. So the Little Book of Hygge, if you turn to the table of contents here, then the key to happiness and introduction is what we're going to be getting into first, and then we need to talk about Hygge. That is going to be So what's going to happen is here. This is the plan. So we're going to get into the introduction and the key to happiness this morning. Then this afternoon, later this afternoon, we're going to be getting into, we need to talk about Hygge. Okay, and then that would mean on Tuesday we would get into the simplest thing of all, which would be light. Okay? And then there was, togetherness, food and drink, clothing, home, Hygge outside the home, all year round Hygge, Hygge on a budget, Hygge on the cheap, Scandinavian Hygge, Christmas time, looks like that's a long section. Obviously, summer Hygge, and then, probably, not the last two. So, at the end of it, we will be looking at the very, very last two things. Hopefully. Supposedly, because you know me. Now that we, looked at that, it basically is, I'm going to be bringing in a couple of those objects. So, I'm just going to be right back, because I'm going to grab something here. you know what? I'm actually put these on the table over here. So I'm gonna get rid of the computer here that I don't need anymore. And I'm gonna put and we're actually going to be burning these candles later. Yesterday was a great day to burn candles. That's again. But we're not going to burn the candles right now. So I have 2 candles. I will probably get more another time. But just to begin with, I have 2, candles right here. I think, actually, I might want to use a little, something where I can put the candles on so that they're a little bit higher up. So, let's put the candles down here. So that's not going to make a huge difference, is it? So, if you're coming around, you can see the candles like this. So there's one candle, if I'm filming right, that is a green candle. It's called Woodwick Applewood. And it's the wax in this is pretty low because it's burnt out a lot of the time. And and then the other one is a red candle. That is called Warm Apple Pie. It's gonna smell like apple pie, and just I can smell that just smelling outside of the jar. But you're going to be coming over to this table. Every single one of you are going to come over to this table, and you're going to be smelling both of these candles one at one time. So what's going to happen is I'm going to be taking both lids off of these 2 candles. Now should I? Okay, so here. Should I make a separate station? Maybe I should make a separate station. So, what's going to happen is one candle will be here at this table, which is the green candle. Now, the red candle will be over here. The red candle will be here. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to be coming up, each and every one of you are going to come up, look at the candle, smell the candle, and then just, leave the lid off. And then you're going to be taking one of those little sheets over there, okay? And you're going to be answering just a couple quick questions about the candle. So I'm going to be just erasing this board so that I can write those questions up here so that you can see. Okay, so one of the questions is going to be, let me just write it here. So, what does the candle look like? So, obviously, not saying it's a green or red candle because it's, because that's obvious. But the shade of the candle, the texture, the thickness of it, the consistency of it, what does it remind you of? What what does it look like, and how does it make you feel? So remind, look, remind, nostalgia is a big, part of this club. So nostalgia, nostalgia, feeling kind of it happy, but kind of, missing and wanting to go back with a great memory, especially during this time of year. And then feeling, how does it make you, feel? What does it make you feel? more than just homing and coziness specifically. Okay, so that is basically the big question that you're going to be answering. Um, yeah, and then so two is what recipe would you smell this candle? Okay, the recipe, and then question number 3 is on what occasion. So an occasion would include the day, weather, setting, the time of day, would you want, or would you see this candle being lit? Okay, so those are basically the questions. I think that they're pretty easy. So that's what I want you to do. Okay, you can grab those sheets over there, and then when everybody is done, we'll be moving on. Okay, and then so we're going to come up and smell the candle, answer the questions on that sheet, go over there and pick out the separate sheet. So for the candle, and then do the same thing, smell it, go back, answer the questions, and then stop. Now this will be candle A. Here sitting, the green candle will be candle A, and the red candle, will be candle B, the red one. And you don't have to, do these in order, because I don't, want so many people at one candle lined up at one, and then, there's barely anybody over there. So, half of you, some of you will be, over one candle, the other with another candle. It should take you, maybe, 10 minutes, 12 minutes tops on each. Make that 15 minutes, because I really, really want you to do, some, really, really deep thinking and very personal thinking, and again, very nostalgic thinking when you're doing this. So it will take about 30 minutes to do this, because each will be divided into 15 minutes, and then we're going to get to the next thing. Okay, so you can get to it. Okay, everybody. I think that's great how that worked out. I'm going to put the lids on the candles again, and then we're going to be moving on to the very, very last part for this morning, which will just be an introduction. So turn to where it says introduction. Turn to that page in the book. So I want you to watch that documentary on your own, just because I don't have the memory to show it, and that would take extra time for me to do that. But that documentary is going to be basically, an introduction to this book. So, at some point today, I want you to see that documentary, and I will see it too. Okay, but we're just gonna start getting into that, and then later we're gonna do let's talk about hookah. Okay, so it says introduction. So is everybody there yet? Okay, wonderful. So it says hookah, hugu, hug. It is not important how you choose to pronounce or even spell hookah. To paraphrase one of the greatest philosophers of our time, Winnie the Pooh, who asked how to spell a certain emotion, you don't spell it, you feel it. Oh, now I can't say it, but I absolutely love it. Think of Scooby-Doo and, the, I can't remember the episode. So you don't have to, basically you don't have to know how to say it. It's just like, the words Caribbean and Caribbean. It's still the same thing. You love it, whatever comes with that. You're sitting in the sun with your drinks. Great spa vacation place, but doesn't matter how you say it, it's still the same thing. It's just how you love it, it's just how you feel it. Okay, that can make a song that I could see that Mackenzie could be dancing to. So anyway, however, spelling and pronouncing hygge is the easy part. Explaining exactly what it is, that's the tricky part. Because it's not just one black and white thing to explain what that is. It's all the different parts of it that, you would need to explain what that is. So hygge has been called everything from the art of creating intimacy, think of intimacy, intimate, one-on-one type thing, coziness of the soul and absence of annoyance, to taking pleasure from the presence of soothing things, cozy togetherness, and my personal favorite, cocoa by candlelight, which, we're going to be doing today. We're going to be lighting candles and having cocoa. So we're going to get into that hygge. So, we'll be experiencing a different type of hygge, each time. And I think that we already did with, the activity. So hygge is about an atmosphere and an experience rather than about things. It is about being with the people we love, a feeling of home, a feeling that we are safe, that we are shielded from the world and allow ourselves to let our guard down. So again, Coochie Cancer. You may be having an endless conversation about the small or big things in life, or just be comfortable in each other's silent company, or simply just be by yourself enjoying a cup of tea. One December, just before Christmas, I was spending the weekend with some friends in an old cabin. The shortest day of the year was brightened by the blanket of snow covering the surrounding landscape. When the sun set, around 4 in the afternoon, we would not see it again for 17 hours. And we headed out inside to get the fire going. So, if you look at the picture on the next page, looking at that picture, you can see, hygge clothes. You have the sweater, the sweatshirt, the scarf, and then you have all your socks, which is like, winter clothing. So we were all tired after hiking, and we would have a sleep, sitting in a semicircle around the fireplace in the cabin, wearing big sweaters and woolen socks. The only sounds you could hear were the stew boiling, the sparks from the fireplace, and someone having a sip of mulled wine. And one of my friends broke the silence. Could this be any more hygge? He asked rhetorically. Yes, said the woman, said after a moment. If there was a storm raging outside. We all nodded. So that's kind of the author's, personal anecdote experience. Anecdote is like a, story snippet from one's life of, of what hygge is. So hygge is, think of when you're waking up Christmas morning and you're receiving gifts. Hygge is, sitting at, Thanksgiving. That's what hygge is. Christmas dinner. Hygge is, riding, the sled down the big hill. Which is basically what we're going to be doing today. Coming in, either having mulled cider, which we're going to be having another time, and, and hot cocoa with, intimacy and togetherness and the people that we love. And I think that, this year, and I think that that's, part of the whole, the nostalgia and, the thing that, makes people kind of depressed over the Christmas time is because the media and I'm talking about if you watch Rick Steves' European Christmas. We've all seen that before. And that's something that, that's a documentary that we're all going to be watching later when it gets to be December and when it gets to be Christmas time. That will be on December 20th that we're going to be doing that. Okay, watching that. Um, so December 20th, 2020. And on that day, it should be Christmas break on that day. Okay? And I don't know what's going to be happening with, schools. I think that it's all going to go remote, but I think that there will definitely be time to see that. And, who knows? I might, record it as I'm watching it. And, when you're watching that documentary, I want you to look for several examples of hygge, home, togetherness, the nostalgia and everything like that. Because we just, want Christmas to be just this perfect thing with, gifts and, harmony and all these types of things. It doesn't have to be that way. Christmas is not about the presents, and it's not a bit, well, it is, but it isn't about the tree and the decoration. It's about basically being, thankful and being, grateful and, being happy and merry and, loving and, doing things for, your loved ones to show them how much you love them. That's, generally, all that it is. Spending time with them and sharing wonderful memories. It doesn't have to be this thing, and I think that, that's going to be tough for a lot of people this year because of the whole situation. But we will find ways to manage around that. But that is, again, even if it's just, a friend, even if it's just adopted family, even if it's just sitting at home with your, your best friend, your dad, and then you can't, go places and see people, that's, it's basically, being grateful for, what we have, when we have it, and just, accepting that, which would, what I would probably not be saying had it been 2 years ago, but, I'm older now, so, anyway, so that's just what I want to clarify for you all. And then, the key to happiness is, basically, just, kind of, the author's, take on it. So it says, I have the best job in the world. I study what makes people happy. At the Happiness Research Institute, which is an independent think tank focused on well-being, happiness, and quality of life, we explore the cause and effects of human happiness and work toward improving the quality of life of citizens across the world. Just dressing in winter clothes is, hygge. Dressing what I'm dressed in right now is hygge. So, we were based in Denmark, and yes, we do have lit candles at the office Monday to Friday, and yes, office was partly chosen because of the hygge factor. No fireplace, though. You don't need a fireplace. Yes, yeah, but we were also funded and are based in Denmark, because the country consistently ranks among the happiest nation of the world. Denmark is by no means a perfect utopia, and the country